In the evolution of the fountain pen, there were many attempts at inventing the perfect way to load ink into the pen. There was the eyedropper, the safety, the crescent-filler, and so on. First patented in 1923, the piston-filler has stood the test of time as the most prevalent internal filling mechanism made today. In this video, we shall explore the piston-fill fountain pen, how it works, how to use it, the advantages, the disadvantages, and how to clean it. We'll also guide you to the best piston-filler fountain pens you can find on the Goldspot website. A piston-fill fountain pen is like a syringe you can write with. Both items have a synthetic piston head that seals the fluid chamber from the rest of the filling mechanism. This seal is important as it needs to create a vacuum to draw ink into the body of the pen. Instead of pulling up on the plunger of a syringe, a piston-fill mechanism fountain pen relies on the twist action of the piston knob. To achieve the twist action, the piston rod has grooves that thread into the body of the mechanism like a spindle screw. Turn counterclockwise and the piston advances, forcing air or ink through the nib and feed. Turn clockwise and the piston retracts towards the back of the pen, drawing in air or ink through the nib and feed. To demonstrate how a piston-filler fountain pen works, I selected a demonstrator fountain pen in the Narwhal Peter Draws Ocean Blue fountain pen. Through the blue and white swirls, you can see the inner components of the piston mechanism at work as the piston knob is turned. And I encourage you, if you're interested, to see how to fill a piston-fill mechanism by clicking the card above. As I stipulated at the beginning of this video, the piston-fill fountain pen is the most prevalent built-in mechanism. In general, the most common filling mechanism today is the cartridge converter. Still, the converter operates using the same design principles as the piston-fill fountain pen with some noticeable differences. So as you can see, the converter here has the same type of spindle screw mechanism that moves the piston head up and down the length of the converter. The piston converter can draw and expel ink by twisting the back knob in the same exact way. The main difference here is that the converter can be attached and detached from a fountain pen. It can be replaced if broken. A converter also has a smaller ink capacity, generally holding about half the volume of a typical piston-fill fountain pen. So, why are piston-filling fountain pens considered to be more valuable than a cartridge converter? Let's take a look at the advantages. Piston fillers can hold more ink volume. One could write longer between fill-ups. Piston fillers are more ecological and economical when it comes to ink consumption. Since they rely on bottled ink only, the writer can pay a lower cost per milliliter of ink compared with using pre-filled ink cartridges. The piston mechanism is built in, so you can't possibly lose parts to fill the pen. And since the mechanism was invented during the golden age of fountain pens, it's considered to be more traditional and has nostalgic value. One of the major potential downsides of a piston mechanism is that if it breaks, it will be a costly repair. If a converter breaks, it could be removed and replaced with another. Since converters can be detached, they're also easier to clean than piston-fill pens. Speaking of cleaning, you'll find a how to clean a piston-fill fountain pen using the card above. We recommend cleaning a piston-fill fountain pen each time the pen is either runs out of ink or if you're changing the ink color. Some piston-fill fountain pens, like this Narwhal Peter Draws pen, are capable of being disassembled for more thorough cleaning. Using a wrench, the piston mechanism can be unscrewed from the back end of the barrel. I caution everyone to disassemble a piston mechanism only when necessary. If repeated rinsings won't get out stubborn ink stains inside the barrel, or you find ink behind the piston seal, then disassemble it. If the piston is sticking or difficult to operate, then disassemble it, and put silicone grease on the piston head. There's no need to disassemble the pen for routine cleaning. Now that we know the reason why piston-fill fountain pens are desirable for a pen enthusiast, I'll show you examples of great piston fillers that our customers enjoy. First, you can't go wrong with the original. The tried and true Pelican piston-fill fountain pen is a great place to start. They are a little bit more costly than other pens that I'll show you, but they just plain work the best. Vintage Pelikan piston-fill fountain pens are sought after in the collector's market because they are so reliable. Since 1929, Pelikan has built a reputation for piston-fill fountain pens of exceptional quality. Pelikan's entry-level piston filler is the classic M200 or M205 fountain pen. It's slightly undersized compared with other piston-fill fountain pens I'll show you here, yet it has a lightweight and well-balanced feel in hand, especially with the cap posted in the back, as I have here. The M200 Golden Barrel I show you here has a smoky, translucent body with a golden shimmer throughout. Pelikan fits a stainless steel nib unit that can be easily removed by unscrewing it from the front section. With the nib removed, you can easily access the inside of the barrel for a thorough cleaning. As I mentioned, Pelikan is priced higher than the other comparable brands of fountain pens. As you'll find over time, the quality justifies the cost. The classic M200 or M205 can usually be found at prices of $150 and up. For a more economical pen, let's look at the Narwhal Original Fountain Pen. Narwhal is a new face in the pen industry. Since 2019, Narwhal continues to impress the pen community with their affordable piston-fill fountain pens of exciting acrylic resins. Made in collaboration with YouTube celebrity artist Peter Draws, this Narwhal Peter Pen fountain pen has introduced many starting pen enthusiasts to their first piston-fill fountain pen. The Narwhal Original Fountain Pen does have a removable piston-fill mechanism as well as a removable nib unit that takes a little bit more torque to unscrew than the Pelikan nib, but it comes out just the same. Unlike Pelikan's proprietary nib, the Narwhal nib uses a number 6 size steel nib that could be replaced with a JoWo nib if you so please. At a starting price of $50 for the black or plain demonstrator models, $60 for the Peter Pen mentioned here, the Narwhal Original is an excellent first foray into writing with a piston-fill fountain pen. Onward and upward, pen friends. Higher ink capacity is one of the main draws of piston-fill fountain pens. For the best piston filler in terms of ink capacity, look for an oversized pen like the Pelikan Souverain 1000, the Scribo Feel, or the Penlux Masterpiece Grand. Each of these pens carry approximately 1.5 milliliters of ink, which is about twice the volume of an international ink cartridge. Made in Italy, the Leonardo Momento Magico also has a generous 1.5 milliliter capacity with a piston mechanism that can be removed with a special tool made by Leonardo. The pen isn't oversized and comes in at a comparatively affordable price under $200. Like the Narwhal and the Pelikan, Leonardo Magico's number 6 size JoWo stainless steel nib can be unscrewed from the section for swapping and cleaning. Plus, the Magico has a clear ink window to see the remaining ink in the pen. I saved the best for last. A pen that truly transcends time. The Lamy 2000 is a piston-filling fountain pen you buy for life. Just by looking at the pen's sleek space-age design, you would think it was invented in the last 10 years. Try 56. Lamy introduced the 2000 fountain pen in 1966, and it's captivated writers ever since. The Lamy 2000 is a Bauhaus-inspired design executed to perfection. The strong, arching lines of the pen's profile are only adored with a spring-loaded metal clip. The material of the pen is a blend of fiberglass and resin called Macrolon. It has a warm, matte textured feel in hand. Pulling off the snap cap reveals a brushed stainless steel front section, 14-karat gold hooded nib, and a thin, translucent ink window. I've gushed about this pen before in a video review of the Lamy 2000, which you can find by clicking the card above. For the purposes of this piston filling discussion, the Lamy 2000 checks off all the boxes. Not only does the 2000 have an ample ink capacity of over 1 milliliter and a buttery smooth 14-karat gold nib, but its hooded nib design allows you to draw ink from the bottom of an inkwell or an ink sample vial with ease. To top it all off, the Lamy 2000 is one of the most affordable gold nib fountain pens with a street price just a shade under $200 US for the black Macrolon finish. For anyone who enjoys writing with a piston-fill fountain pen, let me know in the comments which is your favorite go-to pen. Hit the like button if this video taught you something new about pens. Watch a step-by-step tutorial on how to disassemble a Leonardo Momento Magico piston-fill fountain pen here. See how to remove the piston mechanism from a Narwhal pen in this video here. Subscribe to the Goldspot Pens channel to keep in touch about all the latest and greatest in fine writing. Thank you for watching and stay inky, my friends. Take care.